If you're still paying for video APIs and you want to watch this video, I'm going to show exactly how you can have your own video API running for free on your computer or host it for a low price on a cloud server. And then I'm going to show you a workflow that will use this API to transform long videos into shorts. So if it's your first time here, my name is JD, I sold my first company and now I spend my days teaching people AI and AI automation. So let's get started. This is the base workflow. I'm going to use this to show you how you could actually take a video and generate shorts from it. I'm just going to go over the flow first and then we'll set up the API so that you can see. I have a form submission, I'm going to execute it. And you can see it opens a form, it expects a drive link. I have this file on my Google Drive. This video is already in 9:16 format, which is the one for shorts, and my face is on the bottom and the video on top. So I can just go here, copy the link, this must be public for this to work, and I'll go back to my short generation, I enter my link and I submit, and it will start running. Our first HTTP request will look something like this. We give it a video link, a language, and then we give it some settings for the captions or the subtitles, like the font family, the width, line color, the actual color of the letters, and the font size. Now what this is going to do a request, and then as you can see we have a job ID, a message and a status, so it will start pulling, which is just asking the server over and over again if the video is ready. We just wait for a bit. In this case, since it's video and it tends to take a lot of time, I just waited for 60 seconds. After this is done, we start asking if it's actually done. It just ran. And you can see we have our job ID, the progress is at 0 and the status is processing. After that we have an if. This if just checks if the status is set as completed or if it's processing. If this is too fast and you're not understanding something, make sure you check our tutorial on how to use NA10 nodes. The basic NA10 nodes you need, and they're all covered there. After a bit we'll get something like this, which just shows the progress is complete and that we have a download URL. So what we do next is actually get the subtitles. We have this endpoint, download subtitles, we give it the job ID and we get something like this, which is just the subtitles. Then we feed it to an AI agent. In this case I'm just using GPT and I have something like this. You are an expert YouTube Shorts creator. I want you to take a look at the following scripts and choose 3 to 5 segments, each between 40 and 90 seconds in length, that can be good for shorts. For each, give me a title, description, start time and end time, making sure to use the provided timestamps. Then I'll send it the actual script. And then I say, make sure the shorts make sense when viewed on their own. This is not very refined, so if you refine this, it will get better results. So send this, we'll get an output that looks like this, where we have a title, we have a description, and a start and end time. In this case, again, as you can see, is not exactly the time we would like, because it's probably misreading the seconds, but this is just to have an idea. Next, we split this result, so we had 4 results and we split it out, so we have just one per each go, and we start looping over the items. When we loop over, we can see, if I go here for example, we can see we're calling the result for the first item, so we just pass it a job ID. In this case, since we already sent the video, there's no need to send the download and send again, we just pass the ID. And then we have the start time and the end time. And again, we'll have a pulling method where we just wait for a bit, ask, is this ready? And it's the same endpoint as before. Is this ready? If it's ready, if it's not ready, it goes back. If it's ready, it then starts a request. And this time we actually get the video. You can see we added the subtitles and it actually cropped to the correct size. And then we just upload this file to Google Drive. And at the end, we just reply to the form. So if I now go to the Google Drive, we have our shorts correctly cropped and named. Now that you saw the flow, let's see how you could actually create this API and run it for free on your computer or run it on the cloud. So I have this resource on our Skool community. You can join, it's free for now. And we can just follow along. We're going to start by downloading Docker, which is basically a way to run code that is self-contained and very easy to run. And after you download Docker, we also get ngrok, which basically allows you to create a tunnel from your computer to the internet, so you can call it on your NA10 flow, even if it's not on your computer. After this, we need to run the following command. I'm going to do this as we go. I have my terminal open. I'm just going to paste it, copy it, paste it. Then I'm just going to go here, and do the following. And lastly, I'll do the Docker compose up. And you'll see something like this. After this, you need to set up ngrok. If you don't have it installed, you need to do brew install ngrok. Then you'll need to actually configure your token, and you get this token by registering with your account. This will basically expose your 8080 port, which is where it's running the API, to the internet. So let's just do it. And now we can see we have this. This is the base of the API. So everywhere you would call the API, you need to start with this. For example, in my flow, I want to change to call it locally. I would go here and I would just replace this part, just leave the end part of the endpoint, and we would be able to call it. I'm going to show you. I close this. I copy my video link again. And I run this. And I submit. We can see that we have a response. And this response is coming from our computer rather than a cloud server. This is basically it. Each time you restarted the server, you need to actually get a new link. So you need to replace on every point where you're actually doing requests. So it might not be the easiest way, but there is another way, which is to use a cloud server. I personally use DigitalOcean, so we're going to use that. To do so, you need to create an account with DigitalOcean. If you use my referral link, you'll have $200 in your account that you can use to test. Start by registering and then go to your main dashboard. Click on Create. Make sure you choose App Platform, so I'll just click it. And then it will start actually asking stuff for the configuration. In here, we want to use a container image. And you want to select the GitHub container registry, and then you need to fill this. You can just go to the guide, you copy it. And then in the image, you can just write latest to get the latest version of this API that I'm building. So you can just click next. And then you'll be prompted to actually create an app. You don't need to change anything. You just need to change this one thing, which is the actual app. In this case, I'm going to give it this one, which is $50 a month. But since I'm not always using it, I can also reduce it to 5 when I'm not using. So it's just expensive when I'm actually using it. So I'll just click this and I'll do create app. And this can take a bit because it's getting the image and deploying, so you just have to wait, and you can go to the deploy logs if you want, but while this is loading, you just need to wait. Now that it's live, we can see we have an URL. If we actually try to access, it will give us an error, which is fine, but we can copy it, and now we can go to our end-to-end workflow, and we just replace, like we did before, in this case this part with this. And if we now run, and again if you copy the link, and you submit it, as you'll see, it started processing now using our cloud endpoint. You can actually go to runtime logs to see if everything is working, and you should see a bunch of logs. In this case, I start actually uploading a file, so it's here. And if for some reason, if you're not using it, you can always, as I said, resize this. So you just go to settings, you click the component, and you choose edit. And you just downgrade to a 5-month. So you just use it when you want, and you can use it only for certain times, and that way it's not $50 a month. Can be a little bit, will be a little bit more than 5, but not expensive. So this is it. I hope this was helpful. I hope you can use this API for free to generate videos instead of paying like $50 a month for something you're not actually using or that you have limits. And here is basically unlimited. You just submit videos and you wait. You just have that wait time, but other than that, you can use it as you wish.